Large
Really? Really? Do your own work, he's thinking. No, go ahead, right? You're officially deputised. If you could message us, Simon, that would be brilliant. Let's go to Dave in Suffolk. Hi, Dave.
Hello there. Hi, Colin. Thanks for taking my call. I'm a store manager in Cambridgeshire. I live in Suffolk. My daughter is severely disabled. She has a very rare genetic condition whereby although she's 16 years old, she's, all intents and purposes, like a baby. So me and my partner, we care for her. We do everything for her, right down to changing, feeding, playing, all sorts of things. And obviously, as a key worker, and I'm happy to support my community where I work, I am at a dilemma because I can't go into isolation with my daughter, although she's received a letter this week herself, advising us to keep her at home for 12 weeks. I can't go into isolation because my employer won't pay me for the 12 weeks that I would need to be in isolation. So I'm a little bit of a dilemma. They have just today offered 2 weeks paid carers leave. So it's a little bit of an improvement, but I'm at a dilemma. Do I stay home and make sure my daughter doesn't get this virus, or do I go to work so I can pay my bills?
That's a really what a tough situation. I'm so sorry to hear that you're in that position. I would hate to be in that position, and I would find it really tough to decide what to do. I can't tell you what to do, but what I can do is to give you some information that might help you to make your mind up.
Okay.
Now, I'll ask you a couple of questions then. Your daughter, when it's normally winter time, and it's flu season or whatever, does she always get coughs and colds and get really unwell?
Yes.
And do they go down on her chest? Yes. And does she, end up with this persisting for a long time and often end up on antibiotics from the GP?
She often gets infections, not necessarily to do with respiratory stuff, but certainly she often gets infections because she's tube fed. And she's developed the scoliosis has got worse in the past 12 months.
Right,
so,
okay. If she's got, for people not in the know, scoliosis is a curvature of the spine, and this can make a difference to people's breathing because it can lead to the chest not moving the way that a normal person's chest does, and this can make it harder for the lungs to be ventilated just by a person naturally breathing. And I'm just telling people who don't know. Also this can make infection more likely. So. Now, it sounds to me like it would be bad news if she caught coronavirus because she wouldn't necessarily get a bad case of it, but she could. And I think that given that there is a higher risk to her, you should take the best steps you can to try to protect her. I think that you should talk to your employer again, and I think you should explain the grounds for this, and I think you should show them the letter from the NHS, and you should play them this programme and explain to them that you're a hard-working person who would love to turn up to work, but there is this risk. Is there anything they can do? And it sounds like that they want to support you because they've gone as far as saying, well, we'll give you some carers leave.
I love working. I love my job, and they're a great employer. But I know this situation obviously is unprecedented, so it's difficult for all employers, I think.
And I mean, there are a number of avenues to explore, and it might be worth, they will know because of the various measures the government have put in place for people who companies can't carry on employing in their current job because of the circumstances. They can recoup money from the government for a period of time. It might be possible to go down that avenue temporarily for someone like you, enabling them to get someone else to do your job and enable you to spend all that time caring for your daughter, because you're not going to work because you're not going to work because you're lazy. You're not going to work because you want to safeguard her, and that's a very, very valid and appropriate thing to do under the circumstances. Now, I think if you go and see them and have that conversation with them, it may well be that they can put in place something like that, and I think it would be the sensible thing to do under the circumstances.
Okay. Well, thanks for your advice. Thank you.
Thank you so much
for calling.
Thank you. Want to get through as many as we can. We're